Hello, everybody, and welcome once again to Scientific Origins, where we bravely use the scientific method of curiosity, rationality, and logic to explore the universe and find empirical answers to the big questions humans ask and to counter pseudoscience and anti-science social media influence and spread scientific literacy. So a lot of anti-vaccine propaganda and absurdity can pretty effectively be refuted just by explaining how the immune system and vaccines both work. So what is called your immune system is actually a wide variety. It's a kaleidoscopic array of cells in your body. And there's two main ones. It's the macrophages and neutrophils versus your leukocytes. And macrophages and neutrophils are your innate immunity. They start protecting you from the moment you're born. Macrophage as a term literally means cell eater, basically. They go around and they gobble up pathogens. You might remember seeing something like that on like a scientific documentary, some microscopy video of a macrophage engulfing another cell and devouring it, dissolving it within the membrane of its own cell. So that is the macrophage and neutrophils, the innate immunity that doesn't have to be trained against a pathogen in order to protect you. It starts protecting you right away. What vaccines do, the way vaccines strengthen your immune system and help protect you, is they tune up your adaptive immunity, your lymphocytes. Those are cells that do need to be trained up against a pathogen in order to start protecting you. They don't all just start protecting you from birth. They have to experience some sort of immune inflammation event in order to gain the ability to start protecting you. So vaccines specifically respond mostly to, and there's more methods of vaccination than this. This is the one I'm going to explain to you is the method where a dead pathogen is introduced into your system, as opposed to a mutated live one that's mutated to be easier for your immune system to defeat. It's kind of like you could think of it as something like the difference between training against a punching bag versus training against a sparring opponent, who's going light, 10-15%. The sparring opponent can at least somewhat hit you back, right? A punching bag's never going to hit you back and give you a bruise. That's kind of the difference between the two techniques. We're going to talk about the first one, which is where a dead pathogen is introduced to your body. And the way that increases your immune system's ability to respond to illnesses and helps protect you is it trains your adaptive immunity. You have in your body two of these varieties of these kaleidoscopic immune system cells that protect you are called your memory B and T lymphocytes, your memory B and T cells. So these are cells which produce antiviral products when you experience an immune inflammation event. It usually takes like 7 to 14 days for them to adapt to an unfamiliar event and become not naive memory B and T cells, but trained memory B and T cells that can start producing the antiviral product that grafts onto this vaccine's geometry and helps prevent it from enslaving the host cells it needs to, and that's how ultimately you go from being infected to not being infected anymore. So vaccines introduce this weakened pathogen. Your memory B and T cells learn to create the antiviral product that dispels it. So that's how vaccines work, and that's how your immune system works. And the impact of it is that a vaccinated kid, a vaccinated person, adults, an elderly person, the kids and the elderly are the most vulnerable to a lot of these illnesses. They have a stockpile of memory B and T cells that are not naive to that pathogen. That pathogen enters their body and their immune system's already been trained. It already knows the weak spot, so to speak, of this pathogen. As opposed to somebody who hasn't, they are going to start producing the antiviral product almost immediately, maybe within an hour even, but at maximum 1 to 2 days, as opposed to somebody whose immune system is naive, which, like we said, takes 7 to 14 days almost. It's a significantly longer time, right? And in that time, this is one of the things that's so scary and a little unwise about anti-vaccine approaches is it means your infection's going to be longer. It means it's going to hurt worse, and it means you're going to have worse immune amnesia afterwards. So you're more likely to get a secondary infection, and that is what ends up killing a lot of people. And you're more likely to get the severe side effects. So I can sum this all up with kind of a pretty good analogy, I think. Think about it like this. If you're still not following completely why this makes a lot of sense of how vaccines help you and why you should take them, it's like if you run a bank and you have no guards, no cameras, no security system or anything like that. You only know that the bank has been robbed because the vault is empty. That's what it's like being unvaccinated, experiencing a pathogen that your immune system is naive to, as opposed to being exposed to a pathogen that your immune system has been trained against, which is like having a bank account, running a bank that has a vault, security tech, guards, and it has wanted posters with the face of the bank robber posted at every entry and at every wall, like all over the place. So that is why vaccines help protect you, and why when you understand how your immune system works and how the vaccines work, anti-vaccine propaganda just doesn't really make sense, and it won't work on you. So I hope you enjoyed that. I managed to keep it under 10 minutes. Good for me. If you like the channel, subscribe, ring the bell, support me in all the free ways, leave a comment. I like to respond to people, especially the crazy ones. So yeah, by all means, thank you for stopping by, and I hope you learned something, and I hope this information is useful to you. And it obviously is if you are somebody who is anti-vaccine and it convinced you to get vaccinated, because it will help protect you by training your memory B and T cells, which hopefully you now understand. Have a good one.